All right, ready to dive in. Today, we're tackling this idea of weakness.
Should be interesting, right?
Yeah, not the usual go get 'em stuff. We're going deep with Abhinav's philosophy, taking a look at his blog post. Weakness is not a lack of capability.
Catchy title. I like it.
Right. And he makes this point, see, that weakness isn't just about lacking strength, like physically or whatever.
It's deeper than that.
Yeah. He says it's about, get this, lacking control.
Ooh, that's good. It's different when you think of it like that. It's not, can I do this, but am I choosing to?
Exactly. And you know how we all have those things, those easy dopamine hits, Netflix binges, that extra donut, scrolling forever on our phones.
Don't tell me you haven't lost an hour to cat videos. We've all been there.
Guilty as charged. But Abhinav, he doesn't just call it bad habits, he says it's existential weakness.
Okay, now explain that like I'm 5, because whoa.
Right. So it's like this. Those little things, they add up. They're not just harmless fun. They show we're not in the driver's seat of our own lives.
I can see that. It's about making a choice for that quick hit of pleasure instead of something that actually moves us forward.
Exactly. He uses this example of someone who, like, watches so much TV, they never get off the couch, their body gets weak, right? But then he connects that to someone who's glued to, like, doom scrolling news or reality shows.
And their mind kind of goes flabby, right? Like they're not challenging themselves, not growing.
Bingo. So this existential weakness, it's like a chain reaction. Starts small, but it impacts every part of who we are.
And that's his point, isn't it? We become slaves to these impulses instead of making conscious choices.
Which makes you wonder, how much of my life is actually my choice? Like, how often am I just on autopilot, grabbing for the easiest, shiniest thing?
It's kind of scary when you really think about it.
Mhm.
But the good news is, Abhinav doesn't just leave us with this doom and gloom. He actually offers solutions, right?
Okay, so how do we break free? What's the antidote to this existential weakness thing?
He talks about mindfulness, intentionality. Like we need to set clear goals, figure out what our values are. Because if we don't know what we're aiming for,
Anyone can come along and distract us with a sparkly object.
right, and it's not enough to just write them down and forget about them.
Yeah.
You got to actively remind ourselves, especially when those temptations pop up, like, ooh, another episode. Nope, got to hit the gym, remember that goal.
It's about making the conscious choice, right? So folks at home, think about it. Where do you feel that pull? What's your sparkly object? And what's one tiny step, just one, that you can take today to start taking back control? We'll be diving deeper into Abhinav's strategies for building that self-control muscle in our next deep dive.